Imagine a car ride where the air is thick with menthol. The windows are only rolled down a tiny crack. You're loose in the back seat. No buckles, no boosters, just the vinyl sticking to your legs in the heat. From the dashboard, the low hum of a soft rock ballad. The AM frequency blends with the sound of the wind. There was no hovering, no constant check-ins from adults. You existed in a pocket of time where adults were preoccupied, leaving you to navigate the world by instinct alone. This wasn't a lack of care, but a lack of interference. That specific brand of independence left a mark on you. It's an identity forged in the 1970s, shaping a generation, ways that go deeper than retro fashion or simpler times. To understand the 70s, child, look at the crumbling foundation. This was when the forever home began to dissolve. Divorce wasn't just a word, it was a surging phenomenon, doubling in frequency and hitting a fever pitch by the 70s. For a kid, this wasn't a data point in a textbook, it was the quiet sound of a suitcase zipping up. Scholars noted the birth of a very pragmatic, guarded outlook. You learned early that the ground can shift beneath you. You learned that affection can be fleeting and people wing it. You didn't just survive the instability, you integrated it. You walked into school acting like your world hadn't fractured, a quiet, resilient tragedy in how you keep it together. Think back to a late afternoon in 1977. You're sitting on a curb waiting for a ride, an hour overdue because your mother is pulling shifts to cover the bills your father left behind. When she finally pulls up, there are no apologies. You just drive in a silence that feels heavy. You became a master of reading the room's temperature. Hetherington identified this as parentification through longitudinal research. Children start shoulder tapping the emotional burdens of adults because those adults are simply tapped out and exhausted. To the neighbors, you looked incredibly grown up for your age. Inside, you were just a lonely child with needs. Having needs only made things harder for everyone else. Your independent personality might actually be a survival tactic, a tactic that never quite got switched off inside. Yet, this generation also possessed a rare, untethered freedom. It wasn't the curated cinematic version of play today. It was the disappear until the streetlights flicker autonomy. No GPS, no text messages, no digital tether anywhere. Your parents had a vague sense of your direction. That was the extent of the surveillance you faced. This kid-governed life provided a masterclass in human nature. Without a referee, you had to negotiate your truces, sniff out who was a liar, invent your order. This created a unique comfort with the gray area. While others panic, you have the ability to sit. You've been playing the long game since third grade. This internal landscape was shaped by a world losing its shine. The 70s were soaked in a particular kind of cultural exhaustion. Between Vietnam, Watergate, and an economy that felt like a sinking ship, the bright-eyed idealism of the 60s turned into something sharper. You didn't learn to doubt authority, you breathed it like smoke. It gave you a built-in irony, a wait-and-see attitude. Trust in leadership plummeted from nearly 80% to a mere 25%. You didn't need to be told the system was flawed. You heard it in the strained whispers of the kitchen. But here is the most beautiful contradiction of the 70s kid. Despite the benign neglect, you possess an incredible capacity for loyalty. Your connections are built on something solid, not digital likes. When you commit to someone, it isn't casual. You remember every person who showed up when things got dark. Your long-term friendships carry a weight and a gravity. You know firsthand that nothing is guaranteed to stay. Growing up amidst complexity develops a richer, more nuanced internal story. You aren't rattled by human flaws because you've navigated them. You are the person who can cycle through a storm. You can sit comfortably in a quiet house, see the world exactly as it is, without sugarcoating it. That's a form of wisdom that can't be taught. If this look back at the 70s felt like a mirror, join the community here at Quiet Pressure by hitting subscribe. Dive even deeper into the why behind the who. There's a join button to support these explorations directly. I've put more simplified psychology deep dives on the screen. I'll see you over there.